I am now. Yeah, no, like, officially I am. Yeah, 6 seconds ago. You can burp if you like. But I will say it out loud that it was my girlfriend. That everyone thinks is so nice. Okay, we're live, everybody. So far, we got 29 people. But we've been live for 20 seconds, so that number will rise. It's just doubled now. Jack is in the chat. Nebulous, Aqua BS. Freddie Croft is here. O Dotty Nets is here. Max Preshkanek is here. Valderin is here. Peter the Pongoose. No, his name is Peter Pogos, but close enough to the Pongoose. Sorry, I should not be ripping into your name right now, but I knew that Georgie would laugh, so I went to try and get a laugh out of my girlfriend. Ricardo is also here. All right, there is a lot of people here right now. Peter said that'll do. Sorry, mate. What a great start to the stream. All right, there's 500 people here now, so we're officially streaming now. I'm gonna say, hope everyone's doing good. It's Monday, which usually means that the work week begins. So I hope you've got the old GBFC stream on in the office, and everybody inside the office is now subscribing because they might as well, you know. They're going to have to listen to me anyway. All right, we've got a £20 donation within the first 2 minutes of the stream. W start to the stream. All right, well, it looks like from now on, I'm going to have to rip into everyone's name, and then someone's going to donate to me. Thank you, AFKA Prince 1999. The 26-year-old Prince. Appreciate it, mate. W's in the chat already. Another donation has come in from Asiak Pono. God, it's definitely all the names I can't pronounce today. Thank you for the NGN, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. We got news to go through. We've obviously got David Ornstein has dropped an update on Simons and Hato, which is, I think, the first time he's spoken about it. There's loads of stuff that's here to be spoken about. Thank you, Shonix. God bless you from Romania. Thank you for the $9.99 Romanian. I don't know what the currency is, but thank you for it. I appreciate it. Great start to the stream. Super chats flooding in. Donnarumma to Chelsea is also very much on the agenda for the conversation today because he is leaving PSG, which is part one of the GBFC prediction mission. So if Donnarumma leaves, if Donnarumma, Hato and Simons come, what a window for Chelsea Football Club, my word. Chelsea are interested, as are Galatasaray. Why would he want to leave PSG? Don't know, maybe he wants a new challenge. They have just signed the guy that was supposedly the best goalkeeper in France last year. You are late. No, I'm not, mate. Although I did it a bit later today. Just because I feel like whenever I stream, it's like lunchtime, and I feel like I actually stream when all the journalists take a little break from their usual waffle and spiel. So I thought we'd go a little bit later in the afternoon because then we can finish it around 4, and then that's about enough time to consolidate the news for the evening video. There is no pancakes this morning. Georgie's going out to film a workout because she is also content creator, and I would strongly advise watching it if you are of the female orientation. Okay, darling, have a good time. Okay, don't get too hot. Have you got water? Yeah, grab that. I have no idea you had it. Okay, bye. Yes. Her channel is Cycle Sync with G. But it's very much a channel for women. Just saying. W George. W to you, Raphael, in the chat. The fade needs work, mate. Trust me, I haven't had a haircut since before the Club World Cup final. And I don't know if there is any kind of barber that I would trust in this little town that I'm staying in. I don't know if they're going to be able to give me the old footballer fade. Love your content from India. I'm a big fan. Thank you, Subhajit Hazari. Thank you, Kane, for joining the GBFC Members Club. Really has been a great start to the stream today. The FPL code, I think it's in the description, or let me link it in the description again, and then we will get cracking into the news, because we've got over 1,000 of you in here again, tuning in for the daily GBFC live streams. Shout out to all of you, man. This is fun. This is literally like, it's my new favorite thing to do, you know, just streaming every day, even if there's no updates. You know, I know that you guys are looking for the updates as much and as well as I am. So it just does make a load of sense that we kind of just go through the process together. So I'm going to leave the link to the FPL league in the description. And then I also do want to say, before we go any further, a big shout out to the channel sponsor, Supreme CBD. Amazing products. Use the code Benson40 for 40% off. And I have a huge CBD delivery waiting for me in the UK, which I desperately need after this summer, because with ADHD and all of the stuff that has been flipping happening with travel and this Club World Cup and all of the news and all of the attention I've got to put on things, it's going to be very helpful when I arrive. So thank you to Supreme CBD for becoming channel partner. And also, if you do want to get your hands on the new kits or anything from the Megastore, GBFC10 is your discount code. So, without any further ado, let's go and take a little look now at the latest updates here. Let's go to Fabrizio and scroll down from hours ago, because I believe this was the first update of the day from Fabrizio 4 hours ago. Chelsea maintain total confidence to sign both Jorrel Hato and Xavi Simons. Negotiations continue this week with Ajax after total agreement with Hato last week. Deal close. Xavi Simons wants Chelsea, and talks with RB Leipzig on the fee/structure of the deal are ongoing. So it's not really an update, I guess, based on what we already knew. But from the feeling that I'm getting across the internet, right, I just think we are very close to Jorrel Hato right now. I think the Xavi Simons deal, and I don't want to just chat shit here for no reason, but I do wonder if there is any conversation happening for Benjamin Sesko at the same time. Now, I think it might be a little bit overkill, but I wouldn't be surprised if we lose Nkunku, we've lost Felix, and we're going to potentially lose Nicolas Jackson as well. Who knows? Sesko to Newcastle or Man United is what we're hearing right now. But I tell you what, there is no fly on the wall in these negotiations between Chelsea and Xavi Simons, okay? Jackson's going to stay. I hope Jackson stays. But let's see. Double Dutch announcement, I reckon. I think maybe you could be right. So, let's go and scroll up here and see the latest. No talks ongoing between Flamengo and Arsenal for Gabriel Jesus. Wow. Final part of the medical for Adam Asnu. Bednarek has signed for Porto. Granit Xhaka to Sunderland. Here we go. That's a great signing for Sunderland. They're doing serious business this window. Bayer Leverkusen falling apart. This is the latest on Benjamin Sesko. Key week for Seshko's future, as Manchester United also approached his camp to ask for deal conditions. Newcastle presented their project to Seshko last week, ready to bid if player accepts. Seshko expected to decide his future soon. This also is interesting. PSG are now close to reaching full agreement for Lucas Chevalier. Agreement done with the goalkeeper and deal at final stages between clubs with Nasser El Khalifi on it with Olivier Letang. Newcastle have opened talks to sign Aaron Ramsdale from Southampton. Negotiations ongoing after Trafford deal collapsed with Man City. And still, I believe the pinned tweet for Fabrizio Romano is from July the 23rd, 5 days ago, about Jorrel Hato. So with that in mind, I've got a funny feeling that this is going to be the day. I'd love to say that we're going to get double Dutch, but I think it could be Hato. I think it just all feels like there can't be too much more to it than this. Mr. Connor Holden, doing very well, mate. Thank you. How are you? I don't think there can be much more to it. I think with Simons, it's a bit more difficult because Hato has gone all out and been like, I only want to go to Chelsea. Let me leave. I'm not going to play in the friendlies. Whereas Simons is still balling out on a Saturday afternoon for RB Leipzig. So I think the Hato deal is clearly a bit further down the line than the deal for Xavi Simons. Nadir, what's going on, mate? Shout out to all of you tuning in to the GBFC stream this morning. We have got lots of stuff to go through, but obviously we're going to start with the latest on the transfers that we have been absolutely talking about for too long now, I think, but it is what it is. Mate, I love the streams, bro. It's just the easiest way. We're all kind of just sitting waiting for the same news to drop, so we might as well just sit and all wait together and chat together and just keep talking about all things Chelsea in the meantime. Jackson needs to stay, says Samson. Simons for 70 or Rodrigo for 100? I'm actually saying Simons for 70 there. If I had to choose between those two. And I love Rodrigo, don't get me wrong. But again, I don't think to pay 100 million and then also probably break the wage structure too. At the moment, we're getting all this business done without breaking the wage structure. So if that's the case, I'm looking at the squad and I'm delighted with it. Check Simon Phillips' recent tweets for Donnarumma. All right, we will. Let me actually do a poll because that is an interesting question. It's a very interesting question. Let's see what you guys say. Okay. You can only sign one. Rodrigo for 100 mil euros. Simons for 70 mil euros. Okay, get involved with the poll, guys. You can only sign one. Rodrigo for 100 million euros or Simons for 70 million euros. 85% early doors for Xavi Simons. Xavi for 70. If we hit 500 likes in the next 10 minutes and both... do you know what? I love how on my streams there's so many people that are reminding people to hit the like button for me so that I don't have to keep doing it all the time. So thank you to all of you. Let's jump into Simon Phillips' account this morning. I mean, it's the afternoon now in the UK. So there's a few updates here to go through from Simon. So we will start from the bottom with the latest. He gave an update there quoting from Fabrizio about talks being well underway for Hato. And then we move into... What's going on there? Chelsea goalkeeper Mike Penders will travel to Austria today to sign in as new Strasbourg player on loan. Up next is Kendry Pires. And then we've got this. Chelsea's first bid for Jorrel Hato is 40 million. And this comes from a journalist in the Netherlands. But Ajax want 55 to 60 mil. The expectation is that both clubs will reach an agreement somewhere in the middle. It said that 50 million is also a fantastic amount. So I think 50 million could be closer to what we actually pay for Jorrel Hato. Chelsea wanted it to be 40, which is 34 million quid, but 44 million pounds I also think is a good deal. You've also got to remember, like, we've already pulled out of the Mike Maignan deal for less than a 10 million price gap valuation. So what's the point in constantly negotiating all of this? To just keep pulling out over 10 mil. And I know, obviously, footballing finances are significantly more complicated than all of this, but come on. He's the man we want. Let's go get him. Fulham have inquired about taking Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall on loan, but a loan is not on Chelsea's agenda yet. Fulham haven't been deterred from the prospect of signing Dewsbury-Hall on a permanent deal. 4 hours ago, Chelsea maintained total confidence, but this is the update that you guys want me to discuss here. A meeting will be held this week to finalise Gianluigi Donnarumma's departure. PSG has opened the door to negotiations with a foreign club. Chelsea FC and Galatasaray are among the most interested. So it really does seem as though Donnarumma's leaving, which is point number one, because we could always have an interest in a player, but whether they want to leave or not is a different story. And to say that a player wants to leave the European champions would also be kind of jumping the gun in most cases. But in the case of Donnarumma, with what we've already discussed today about Chevalier going to PSG, Donnarumma is leaving Paris Saint-Germain. Now, we have obviously spoken a lot this summer about the phrase market opportunity, right? Market opportunity, in my book, means to Chelsea a player that is available that would normally cost more, but for whatever reason right now he costs less. Also, when it comes to the wages of Donnarumma, who do you think, and again, this isn't me just trying to bash Robert Sanchez, but I personally think Robert Sanchez is actually better than Donnarumma at some things. And that is saying something. I don't think Donnarumma's distribution and ability with his feet. AFKA Prince, thank you again for the second £20 donation of the stream. W's in the chat for AFKA. That is the second donation that you've sent in today, bro. I appreciate that, man. Really appreciate it. So, what I was actually going to get at before was that I do wonder, right, because the wage structure conversation, I've brought this up before, and I'll bring it up again because it's important. I look at the squad that we've got right now, and I have a feeling that the feeling within the squad is that this winning the Club World Cup and the Conference League is just the beginning of what this Chelsea squad can achieve together. So if we're going to break the wage structure to bring in serious upgrade players, I don't think we've got this whole, oh, but he's on that, so give me that problem. Because I think with the wage structure being incentivized at Chelsea, winning trophies gets people more money. Do I think Donnarumma would win Chelsea more points than maybe Rob Sanchez has? Yeah. How do I like my coffee? Mate, honestly, I'm so addicted to coffee, but I don't care. Coffee's unreal. And the fact that you can get different coffees all over the world, there's flipping goodness knows how many variants of it. Can't believe I've literally just stopped talking about Donnarumma there to just basically go full out on a limb about how much I love coffee. But I also am very aware that as a result of winning trophies, sometimes it can blindside you from actually looking forwards because you're very content with where you are now. So from a Chelsea standpoint, obviously right now at this period in time, I'm happy with the most recent Robert Sanchez that I've seen, you know? Does that undo all of the frustration that I've had at Robert Sanchez before it? No, but it certainly gives me an extra layer of potential trust that I could have in him. Mikael Carlson, thank you. Carlson, sorry. Thank you for the 20 Danish crowns. Sup, George? We're going to win it all, lads. Be ready. 100% we are, mate. I can feel it. I feel like this season is... I don't think I've been as excited for the start of a season probably since the channel began, if I'm being honest with you. Like, because purely from like a footballing entertainment standpoint, the whole league is going to be just pure box office. Only Class 100. Thank you for the £5. Agree with you, George. Given how highly Penders is rated, buying a 26, 27-year-old number one at this point probably isn't the best move. I mean, it's a debate, isn't it? Because I don't want to wait until Penders is like, quote unquote, ready to have a goalkeeper who's going to make us challenge. Because, you know, goalkeepers peak at different stages of their careers. Like a 30-year-old goalkeeper is not an old goalkeeper. You could still get a top keeper who's 30 for 10 years. Look at Jan Sommer, for example. But, you know, do we trust him long term? Do we trust Robert Sanchez over Donnarumma? That is my question to you. But I guess another conversation we need to discuss today is very much the conversation for Nicolas Jackson, because that is proving like a very interesting saga this summer, because it's all dependent on everybody else. Chelsea, I don't think, want to sell Nicolas Jackson unless a very good offer comes in. If an offer of, Chelsea have said 80 million, but I think if someone was to actually bid 65 mil, I think we accept it. More poll votes than likes on the stream. You keep reminding them, bro. Let's see what the poll is saying right now. 75% of you, with nearly 1,000 votes, are saying Simons for 70 million euros over Rodrigo at 25 million euros. So the Rodrigo train or ship has sailed by the looks of things. Smash that like button, guys, if you're in the stream right now. We are closing in on 500 likes in 20 minutes, which is mega. So hit that like button and subscribe to GBFC. We are on the road now to 400k. We are almost 1,000 over the 350 that we only hit at the weekend. So shout out to all of you. Thank you, Matt, once again, popping in with a super chat. I'm going to make you a moderator, mate, because you're always there. And you don't need to do anything with it if you don't want to. But some people love being mods on streams, and I appreciate you. W's in the chat for Matt. So let me go and have a little scout and see what the latest is regarding Nicolas Jackson. But I think first of all, we should go through the latest from Ben Jacobs, because he has been speaking quite a lot in the past sort of. So Ben Jacobs also reposted his own post yesterday. I'm still calling it tweet. I'm still calling it Twitter. I don't care. Chelsea in advanced talks for Jorrel Hato after agreeing terms with the Ajax defender today. That was on July the 23rd. So terms have been agreed now for a while. Ajax had originally asked for 50 million plus. Chelsea are optimistic of getting a deal done for less. Hato makes it clear he wants to join Chelsea. And then he also has quote tweeted that 4 hours ago. Hato has agreed terms with Chelsea and is waiting for a club-to-club agreement. Move expected to go through in the coming days, likely for around £40 million. And then he also talks about Penders to Strasbourg, Rangers trying to loan Mikey Moore. I thought Mikey Moore was the next best thing in the world, and he's going to bloody Rangers on loan. All right then, mate. Newcastle have told Leipzig they are prepared to pay over 60 million quid for Benjamin Sesko. No bid yet as NUFC wait to see whether Sesko agrees terms. Man United also have Sesko on their radar. Johan Wissa still a target, and Nicolas Jackson also discussed by Newcastle. So, at the minute, Newcastle's still in conversation regarding Nicolas Jackson. Donnarumma time, says Ha in the chat. Let's keep going, though. Understand Chelsea are preparing a formal offer for Xavi Simons following positive talks with Leipzig. Discussions have accelerated over the past few days. So that was an hour ago now, just over an hour ago from Ben Jacobs. A new member, Vertzi. Thank you very much for joining the GBFC membership, bro. Appreciate you. Streaming every day. I need to get some new emotes made. So Benjamin Sesko also wanted by Manchester United. Do you know what? I feel like we're going to get something concrete today for Jorrel Hato and Xavi Simons. Like, surely there's got to be some kind of agreement. Like, surely we can get to a point with Simons where we actually fully agree personal terms. Like, I don't think it's been a problem, but we've not heard it as obvious and guaranteed as we have with Jorrel Hato. This is also Philip Hines, who's been reporting on the Xavi Simons to Chelsea deal from Germany, Sky Germany. The club-to-club talks between Chelsea and Leipzig are ongoing, while Leipzig are waiting for the first written offer from London. Xavi is ready to make the move to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea are the most concrete suitor in the pursuit of Xavi. So at the moment, it just feels like we're waiting to hear what's happening, because surely by now Chelsea have worked something out here. He also goes on to talk more about Benjamin Sesko. 1 hour ago, this was the update. Chelsea, Xavi and the players' camp are optimistic about a possible deal after the talk so far. Meanwhile, Chelsea are preparing their first offer. It has not yet been submitted. Negotiations ongoing. Leipzig are hoping for 70 million all in, add-ons included. Mr. Super Chat a minute ago. Let me go and find it. Sorry about that. Al Steele, thank you very much, mate. Centre-back worries me. Are you content with what we have? Yes, I am, actually. I'm very content with what we've got right now. 4-hour stream from Benson. Nah, it's a bit overkill, man. Like, never skip a GBFC video. Kevin, appreciate you, mate. I actually see you in the chat all the time, so I know that you're not lying right there. 60 mil only, 70 mil, hell nah, says Raymond. Well, remember I've put euros for both players there, so 14 minutes ago, let's see how many votes we got on that poll now. 74% of you are saying Xavi Simons for 70 million. How far with Morgan Rogers? Morgan Rogers we've not heard about for a while. Mevolution, thank you very much, mate, for the donation again. W's in the chat. I'd love to get Donnarumma just to shut up all the pundits that say Sanchez is our biggest problem if you want a title race. I have a feeling he has a higher chance of going to Turkey, though. Wages. Galatasaray are building a team there, bro. Like, Victor Osimhen, that signing is absolutely no joke. And I do think that the wages will be a sticking point for Chelsea. We've not seen anything break that structure yet, so I don't see why we would do it again. We've also heard countless times here that Chelsea are happy with Robert Sanchez, and make of that whatever you will. Some people will agree, some people won't agree. I'm very much unsure, and I said that in this morning's video. If you watched this morning's video, check it out. I think he's definitely improved, but can we rely on that consistently? Thank you, AFK Prince, again, bro, for another £10 donation. I'm excited about Simons, but I'd honestly prefer to keep Carney, to be honest. He was doing so well before the injury. His link-up play with Palmer was blossoming, and now it was all for nothing. Well, I think this is the ruthless nature of what's happening at Chelsea right now, because Carney Chukwuemeka, I certainly think if he goes somewhere and actually plays football, I think he can thrive. I think he's a really solid player. And it's also another example of how Chelsea have just been doing some very good business. As much as it didn't make much sense at first, Carney Chukwuemeka's been out injured for so long, and yet still Chelsea could probably get more than what we bought him for. So it's pretty good going. Thank you again for those super chats. Once more flying in here on GBFC's Monday stream. What's the source on the Jackson sale? Well, we're hearing it come up quite frequently that Newcastle are interested. We've also heard Man United and Aston Villa. Like, it just feels to me as though right now, imagine it like this. Like, there's a load of wasps and there's like a spilt flipping ice lolly. And the problem that we've got is there's also a giant fan. The giant fan is the price. The wasps are trying to land on the ice cream, but the fan keeps pushing them away. I don't know why I've just had to make that a long-winded analogy, but you get my drift, mate. Chelsea are the fan. The wind is coming from Chelsea pushing away the Wasps because we just value Nicolas Jackson very highly. Milan 90 full. Thank you very much for the $5 donation, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, the stream started half an hour ago, so you could scroll back if you want to. Nice analogy. Goldbridge would be proud of that one. Yeah, he might be. But you get what I mean, though, right? Nicolas Jackson's a good player, and if anyone was to sign Nicolas Jackson this summer, if I was a fan, right, and I know that you just mentioned Mark Goldbridge there, and I know that if there was one person that's not a fan of Nicolas Jackson, it's Mark Goldbridge. But if you sign for Manchester United, you cannot tell me that he doesn't do a better job than Rasmus Højlund. I also have a funny feeling that Højlund might improve this season too, but that's only purely because I've talked so much shit about him that it's just probably going to happen because of that. Just to make me look like a mug again, but yeah. Any Prem players to go for if Simons falls through? I think if Xavi Simons does fall through, then I do think it will be Morgan Rogers we go for. Which one do you think we're going to get first? Jorrel Hato or Xavi Simons? Which deal do you think would be done quicker? Good news also that there is no chance of Marc Cucurella leaving Chelsea despite reports linking him to Al Nassr. Hato. Yeah, I think Hato's going to come first too. I think that just probably seems like the easiest deal. There's this guy's secret source, but it's not secret. It's not the secret source. He's been tweeting. His name keeps on appearing all over my timeline. But he's kind of like, there's so many, I don't understand it, right? People, I don't know, man. There's a lot of attempts right now. Oh, I was the first one. I was the first one. This is why I'm happy I just give my opinions on the news, mate. And not trying to, like, be the first guy or break the news or any of that. It's just so much more chill. So much stress to have to try and break the news to everybody. I've just seen an interaction on my timeline, right? I follow this account called The Score. Imagine thinking Donnarumma isn't a huge upgrade on Sanchez. And then Will Reiner has replied to it saying, he's a bit better at stopping shots, worse with his feet, and is on 200 grand more a week and will want more. Genuinely not worth it, in my opinion. See, this is also kind of where I'm sat with this Donnarumma thing too, because if Chelsea signed Donnarumma, I will not be excited about it because I do think he's an unbelievable goalkeeper. But that is spot on, isn't it? 200 grand a week more and probably not even as good with his feet, which is saying something because Robert Sanchez isn't really known for being great with his feet. Donnarumma is basically a bougie Sanchez. Wow. Sanchez is also well liked within the squad. Yeah, I can confirm that. How old is Donnarumma? 26, I think. Donnarumma and Maignan poll would be good. We did this a couple of days ago. Shall I do it again now? So the poll for Xavi Simons is going to end 1,500 votes. People clearly want Xavi Simons now at Chelsea. Let's do it. Let me do can only sign one. We did this the other day, and it was 50-50. So I would love to see what people are saying now, just to see how many of the same people we have in here. Trust in the process. We will get Osimhen one day. That is funny. All right, 67%, 63%. It's closing back in towards 50-50. Donnarumma, Mike Mignon, you can only sign one. Big Mike all day says OPCFC. Magic Mike all day long for the ball playing credentials. Blimey, if I get my words out today. Don't think I'd be a very good horse racing commentator first thing in the morning. But later in the afternoon, we might well go down the final furlong. Who is Secret Sauce? Or without the E on the end. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is what I mean. Mike is better all day. Magic Mike is currently winning the poll. 62-38. Do I think Esteval will get time over Neto? Honestly, bro, like, this is just another example of why I'm so excited about this season. Because, genuinely, Esteval Willian is a baller, bro. I spoke about it in this morning's video. People are sleeping on him, right? Because Chelsea is so busy doing other business in the window. Everybody's kind of like preparing for this Xavi Simons, Jorrel Hato deal. And people are sleeping on Esteval Willian. I'm telling you now, like, the goal he scored against us is no joke, bro. That's not like a flash in the pan. Like, to score that against your team that have just bought you when you're 18 years old in a Club World Cup quarter-final, and people are like, oh, yeah, he's an overhyped player. Shut up, mate, and actually watch some football, innit? Anyway, Nicolas Jackson. There has already been preliminary contact made on Nicolas Jackson by Newcastle, but Chelsea are quoting teams an astronomical... Sorry, let me get my words out properly and stop rushing everything. Quoting teams an astronomical £80 million fee. Sources believe Newcastle's valuation is closer to £65 million. I honestly think if an offer was to come in for Nicolas Jackson for 65 million quid, I think Chelsea say yes. Esteval is a superstar. Bro, honestly, like, I know that people use the word aura these days, and it's kind of like if you're Nicolas Jackson to Newcastle. What are we saying? Esteval can potentially be a starter over Neto if he kicks the ground running. See, this is the thing. There is so much healthy competition for places in this Chelsea squad right now because Pedro Neto was, for me, the player of the tournament at the Club World Cup. Cole Palmer obviously won player of the tournament, and he deserved it because that performance in the final was sensational. But for me, it was Pedro Neto throughout the course of the tournament. We're not even talking about Gittins. Bro, I know. Literally. That's what I said in this morning's video too. Mental. Like, I've kind of just... Even Delap, man. They've gone under the radar. Liam Delap and Jamie Gittins are going under the radar right now for Chelsea fans. And Esteval, purely because we are still talking about other new signings. Which is insane. Now, I also want to talk about something here a little bit because I saw a shout, okay? And I want to know what you guys think to this because if we do sell Nicolas Jackson, is there a world where Chelsea will then look to sign another striker? I think there very much could be. Delap, Pedro... And then you've got Mark Guiu, who I think will go on loan for sure. And I saw this on my timeline this morning, and I would love to hear what you think about this. And let me know in the chat. George, thank you for the super chat. The ideal rotation for Chelsea this season. Mate, honestly, I've said it before. The amount of options we have got in various positions means making match previews is going to be very fun again. Okay, let me throw out the name, because I've kind of just gone around the pond with this one. What about Mateta? Thank you, Brandon. Do I think Esteval will get sent on loan? No. Thank you for the super chat, bro. What are we saying? If Benson says Mateta to replace Jackson, experienced striker. I'm literally seeing a mixture of yeses and nos right now. Jackson and 100 million for Isak. Now, Isak wants to go to Liverpool, bro. Like, nah. Mateta is an all-round striker. I agree. I think Mateta is an amazing striker. Wissa. Just an idea. Just an idea. I know that everyone might not like it, but just an idea. Because if we do sell Nicolas Jackson and we do sign Xavi Simons, then I think we have more need for a central player than a winger. Awesome, man. Not happening, mate. I personally don't know if we would need to sign someone, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did. All right, guys, get involved in the poll. It's very close between Donnarumma and Mike Maignan. 58% are saying Maignan right now. Watkins, people are saying. Strand Larsen would be a good fit. Strand Larsen is a baller, mate. Strand Larsen, I saw him linked to Newcastle, and I was like, that's a great signing for Newcastle. Strand Larsen's a serious player. Jamie Vardy. Bringing Jamie Vardy off the bench for like the last 10 minutes would be hilarious. Get involved with the poll. Okay, let's do a little roundup of the news again. Let me give a little refresh here to Fabrizio. Aaron Ramsdale said yes to Newcastle, and official bid has been sent to Southampton. High loan fee, salary covered, and buy option clause. Southampton open to accepting, but want a higher fee. Ramsdale to Newcastle, what do we think? Nottingham Forest want Adama Traore. We have still got a pinned tweet here from Fabrizio. Let's do a little refresh on CFC Pies as well. There is zero chance that Marc Cucurella leaves Chelsea despite reports linking him with Al Nassr. Thank you, Nameless. Sell Jackson. Keep Mark Guiu, Chelsea fan from Somalia. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Newcastle to be relegated. Here we go. Nah, that's not going to happen. Thank you, Starbug Smeg. Bring back Giroud on cheap. Use the money at goalkeeper. Shout. Nah, Giroud is officially, I think, past it now. Thank you, Frosty, for the donation. Nice little super trainer donations here. Who do I think is going to start on the left? I think it depends, man. I think it really does depend who we're playing. I think Gittins might start the season. I think against Palace, Gittins will start. It depends if we get this Xavi Simons deal done. I don't know how Maresca's going to see the squad, really, because Xavi Simons, I think, is a more high-profile signing right now than Jamie Gittins. I think there would definitely be more of an expectation from Simons to be a starter. And I think Gittins wants to start, but again, he's still only really had one breakthrough season at Dortmund, whereas Xavi Simons has been around for a little bit longer playing at the top level. Three very solid seasons that consolidate him as, first of all, a footballer that can last the season. Sometimes with young players, they burn out, and I think that kind of happened for Gittins last year, to be honest. So maybe Gittins is eased in a little bit more. But there's just so many options. Like, tactically, we could literally do a flipping 5-hour stream going through all of Maresca's options right now. Cucurella is just folk story. Mate, anyway, honestly, every club in the world would want to sign Marc Cucurella. That's just the facts. Who would I rather have, Wissa or Mateta? I really like Mateta, man. Great personality, too. Any news on Tyreek George? Not right now. Tyreek George. Running down the wing. Bundesliga tax is real. Wissa over Mateta and Jackson. I mean, Wissa's price, I think, is a very fair price. Brentford are in trouble this year. I'm not going to lie to you. Big time. Thank you, AFK Prince again. And other times they turn out like Palmer. Yeah, that's also true. Matt says, what about Samu? Appreciate the donation again, bro. Samu, too expensive now. Porto want too much money. We haven't heard any rumours on Samu since last summer. Good player, though. Very good player. Pigu Duck. Always sending them dubs in the chat. Appreciate the donation again, Matt. Appreciate all of those donations that have just come in. People still giving Rob Sanchez shit. JSG, another name that we've seen pop up quite a few times on the GBFC stream. Appreciate your donation, buddy. Do I think the race for the top four will be as competitive as it... I'm waiting for that to scroll up, sorry. It takes a bit longer on Streamlabs. I've only got one screen for streaming right now. I don't actually have my usual monitor. As it was last season, or has the gap got wider? I think the gap of the top four, it's so clear, isn't it? Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea and Arsenal are all going crazy in the transfer window. Man City maybe not crazy, but they did a lot of great business early, and people have already probably forgotten about the likes of Rayan Cherki. So for me, it's going to be those four teams. Newcastle have Champions League football, but they're also a lot more strapped when it comes to PSR. So I think Newcastle have struggled or are struggling to be competitive with those top four. So I actually think the top four is going to be Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Chelsea in some random order, depending on who does the best. And I think Chelsea are in that conversation. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you for the super chat. Shout out to channel partner Supreme CBD. If you do have any interest in CBD products, you can click the QR code on the screen or the link in the description. Mason Burstow, formerly of Chelsea, has joined Bolton Wanderers. See if there is any updates on anything right now. Still nothing regarding Jorrel Hato or Xavi Simons. I wonder when the day is going to be when we actually get like a solid here we go on a GBFC live stream. This is actually very interesting. So this is a Rob Sanchez and Donnarumma comparison. And if we move that up slightly for now. So let's have a little read of this. So Rob Sanchez is blue, Donnarumma is red. And Donnarumma makes more mistakes in possession. Goals conceded is roughly the same. Sanchez has a higher save percentage and has made more saves per 90, which kind of adds up a little bit. Shot stopping value added. Sanchez is ahead of him in so many ways. Sweeper actions too, like significantly higher than Donnarumma. What are we saying? What is the latest on the Donnarumma links? Well, the latest is, when you look at this, man, that is crazy. Like, this isn't me giving opinions here. This is statistical proof that Robert Sanchez might actually not be a bad option. Are we going to get a deadline day live stream? It depends how active Chelsea are going to be in the market. If Chelsea have options... Some weird vibration going on right now. You can't have an earthquake here, surely. Yeah. Robert Sanchez, man. He's doing all right. He's doing all right. Guys, make sure you hit the like button on the live stream if you haven't already done so. And subscribe to GBFC if you haven't already. But yeah, that is a fascinating look between Sanchez and Donnarumma there. Make sure we got this back. Okay, here we're good. Errors leading to goals. Well, this is the thing, man, because you're absolutely right there. And this is also why I am nervous about Robert Sanchez being Chelsea's goalkeeper, because there is that element of Rob Sanchez does commit lots of errors leading to goals. So, with that being said, he's also not committed an error that's led to a goal in about 6 months. So you could infer from that maybe he is just improved as a goalkeeper and we're not going to see those mistakes anymore. Yeah, the metrics in the Prem are very high. That's true. That is pretty much undeniable. Let me just quickly get myself another drink. Tell you what they do very good in America. In the USA, they have amazing, like, no-calorie drinks. Like this brand, right? Spin Drift. It's just sparkling water flavored by flipping lemon. So delicious. Sanchez can be a backup. Statistics can't prove... Oh, it's frozen again. I couldn't see it. Come on, Chelsea. Let's get these deals done. Yes, guys, says Oscar. Big up to you, mate. All right, let's check this poll then. Let's check these results. So, 56% are saying Mike Maignan over Donnarumma. I think Maignan is the favourite, really, isn't he? Make sure you hit the like button on the stream, guys. We're closing in on 1,000. 55% are saying Mike Maignan. Let me do another poll then. Let me think about this, because who... No, I think everyone's going to say Maignan over Sanchez. I think the poll would be Sanchez or Donnarumma. Okay, I'm not going to do a poll for now. Put some recommendations in the chat for what you want the poll to be. Can't believe you wasn't subscribed before. Me neither, mate. Unreal. Mad ting. But you're here now. Good stuff. Would you keep Sanchez poll? Okay, I think that's fine. Should Sanchez remain Chelsea number 1? All right, basic yes or no poll here. Should Sanchez remain Chelsea's number 1? Let's see what you guys are saying. Never, people. Diogo Costa. I don't trust Sanchez, says Nebulous. Barcola or Rogers says Aqua. Massively improved end of the season. All right, so it seems to me as though it's nearly 50-50. 42% say yes, 58% say no. If he cuts down his errors, then sure. It's a tough one. It's a very tough one. He's had a good end to the season. He had a very, very good Club World Cup, Rob Sanchez. Sanchez is like a drug addict. You know he can be good, but you just know there's a relapse coming. I kind of could see it that way too. Okay, 56% of you are saying that Sanchez should not be the number one. Mevolution, thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. I know this is obvious, but we really need to start getting wins versus the big teams. Our record has been poor in recent seasons. Do you think we can do better with our current players and new signings? This season, W's in the chat again for Mevolution, constantly donating to the GBFC live stream. Let me make you a mod as well, mate. Thank you. What was I going to say? This season is going to be all about the results between the big clubs, and the big six, right? If we're going to call the big six still, who do we have in the big six? We've obviously got Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, Tottenham, Newcastle, Man United, Tottenham, like 7. Is it Aston Villa? Like, Man United can't be in the big six anymore, can they? Like, obviously they're a massive club, but they're awful. But basically, let's put it in different terms, right? Chelsea should be looking to beat Man United twice. And we should also be looking to beat Tottenham twice, which is usually a foregone conclusion. So the big six are Newcastle and Aston Villa in terms of this. This is going to be so exciting this season, man. What the hell? Because I don't necessarily care who the traditional big clubs are. I care about the ones that are going to be getting the most points. So, in my opinion, I think Aston Villa will be at least 10 points ahead of Manchester United halfway through the season. So, in that context, I'm more interested in beating Aston Villa than I am Manchester United, because Aston Villa are going to be closer to us. Marvin Sandoval has joined the GBFC membership group. Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you. So Chelsea's biggest games in terms of importance to win are Liverpool, Man City and Arsenal, for sure. Newcastle away that we want to win. Newcastle away is just an awful fixture, man. When are we playing Newcastle away? Chelsea fixtures. We've also got Champions League football to look forward to, boys. So this is Chelsea's fixture list. Move it over slightly so you can see. Make it smaller so that you can see. Chelsea's fixture list next season. So let's have a little look at some of the big games. So we've obviously got 4 London derbies in a row. Crystal Palace at home, first game of the season. West Ham away, always tricky, but we should win that. Fulham at home to end August. Then we've got a 2-week break. Brentford away. Man United away on the 20th of September. That's a big one. Brighton at home. Liverpool at home at the start of October. Then we've got Forest away, Sunderland at home, Tottenham away on the 1st of November. You can tell that's going to be a gross, horrible, cold day. Leeds United away on December the 3rd, mate. That is gross. And then, How disgusting is that? Newcastle away on the 20th of flipping December. Are you having a laugh, mate? That is horrible. Yes, Newcastle without Alexander Isak does change things, but imagine if Newcastle actually signed Nicolas Jackson and then we take a little trip to the northeast just before Christmas and Nicolas Jackson flipping scores a winner against us to start the bad form again. I don't know why I'm trying to speak this into existence. We don't want this. We obviously do not want this. Thank you, Jay Scott, for the $5. Good morning, George. With our attack looking much better this year, I think we'll be able to cope with a few mistakes from Sanchez. Have a great day. You too, mate. You have a great day. But that is grim. And then we got Aston Villa at home just after. Why is there no Boxing Day football? Bring me my Boxing Day football back. Bournemouth at home, last game of the year. Then Man City away to start January in a tough trip to Fulham. Like, the fixtures are actually pretty kind to Chelsea. This is a pretty gross spell here. End of Feb going into March. Arsenal away, Villa away, Newcastle at home. That's a pretty mean period. But then again, this is also very friendly to Chelsea here because there is an international break, I think, potentially, between the Villa and Newcastle games. And then we end the season away at Sunderland, and that's a tricky end to the season, to be fair. Liverpool away. Tottenham at home. Oh, man. We've got to win the league this year, man. We're playing Spurs at home on the last day of the season. We've got to, haven't we? Surely. We're going to win the league, mate. It's destiny. Imagine lifting the trophy at home to Spurs. It would be outrageous. We'll be at 1 or 2 at the end of October. I hope so. Do hope so. One sec, guys. Let me just... Up the Chelsea, mate. Has there been any updates? It's always the way, isn't it? When I start streaming, everything goes a little bit quiet. I can't believe there's over 2,000 of you in here for a Monday transfer stream. Appreciate all of you. Wow, Marc-Andre ter Stegen went alone to Bordeaux to undergo surgery. He refused to let Barca representatives accompany him. It's all gone a bit sour there. I just do feel like we're going to get some good news today on Jorrel Hato. I'm not going to lie. Tim B, thank you for the $2.99 Chelsea 2.0 load-in. I think you're right, mate. I do think this is... I think we've turned a corner. Loving these midday lives, George. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you, mate. Appreciate the super chats today, guys. Been flooding in. Yeah, I think we're gonna hear something today about progressing with one of the deals at least. It is disgraceful. Barcelona, man, for a team that seemed to struggle with registering players and all of that nonsense, like, why do they need to keep buying so many goalkeepers? Like, they got so many there. Great show, Benson. Thank you, Pacho. QQ, what happens if Strasbourg and Chelsea qualify for the Champions League next season? I actually think this is something that will need to be addressed because I'm looking at Strasbourg and I think this year they might do. I'm new to these streams. What are we waiting for? Is there an announcement? Well, we're all basically waiting for the same thing to happen. I'm here looking for news because I make Chelsea content. You guys are looking for news because you're Chelsea fans. So instead of all sat waiting around and then, you know, there's a video here or there's a video there, We all sit and we chat together, mate. That is the point of these live streams. And hopefully, in the process of me doing these every day, which we have done now for, I think this is the 8th day in a row that we've been doing the midday streams or the middle of the day streams, hopefully we get to experience a Here We Go together. Thank you very much, JSG. George, you should do a breakdown on the other teams and give us some analysis. To be fair, I do want to do stuff like that. I do want to, but I need to do some preparation. I need to actually put together, and I'll do that for tomorrow's stream, actually. I'm going to put together a video or like a section for the live stream. Hey, AVI Juan, thank you for the donation. I'll get to your message in a second, but I will go through the top, like the best 11s for all of the top clubs, and we'll do that tomorrow, and we can rank everything. That'll be fun. Thank you, AVI Juan. Just used your code to get my 8-month-old her first kit. Nah, that's amazing, bro. I appreciate that. Very exciting. If you guys do want to get yourselves the new kit this season, you can use the QR code on the screen, and the discount code GBFC10 gets you 10% off the order. And it's not just the home kit. I've actually just asked my guy to change the graphic because it's everything at the mega store. So even if you wanted to flip in but spend £1,000 worth of stuff, from like training kits to retro kits and whatever, it's 10% off everything, not just the new kit. So I'll leave that up on the screen for a little bit. How good was Essien in his prime? Michael Essien, when he first joined Chelsea, like that is where my footballing memories are like consolidated. Before 2000 and people are going to be like, oh yeah, of course you only started supporting when Abramovich took over. Well, when Roman Abramovich bought Chelsea, I was 9 years old. So obviously my memory is slightly skewed before that. Like I do have memories of being at Stamford Bridge when I think Idiger Johnson scored a hat-trick potentially against Blackburn. Or maybe it was Aston Villa. Was at that game. I remember Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank scoring a ridiculous goal against Manchester United. I was there. Gonna feel so nice to see our name in the Champions League balls again. Finally, the UECL admin can stop talking about us. Thanks for making me a mod. No worries, bro. Thank you for the constant support of the stream. Top man. Front of shirt sponsor. Still waiting. But I think Chelsea, as much as it looked stupid not having a front of shirt sponsor last season, we have definitely set ourselves up for a better deal. Guys, get involved with the poll. I'm going to end this one soon. Should Robert Sanchez remain Chelsea's number one? 55% are still saying no. Who has a higher ceiling, Esteval or Yamal? I mean, that's a ridiculous comparison. I was actually thinking about this. I was going to make a short about it yesterday, and I didn't make it in the end. But I think the whole comparison thing in football's got to stop. Like, we literally had Messi and Ronaldo at the peak of their powers together for 10, 15 years. And the whole time, it's about who's better than the other one. The whole time. They're both unbelievable in their own rights. So I think, personally, we should be not constantly going on about, oh, Yamal versus Esteval. Or I'm even seeing yesterday, because Max Dowman had a 60-minute cameo for Arsenal in a friendly. I'm seeing, oh, it's going to be Dowman versus Esteval. Who's going to be the better player? Like, can't we all just look at it and be like, all right, Max Dowman is 15 years old. He's a fantastic footballer. He's got a bright future. And then be like, Esteval's 18. Very exciting footballer. He's got a bright future. Already, it's like, compare. I don't know. Remember the 2015 Messi to Chelsea links. Imagine if that was the case right now. Oh, imagine the streams then, boys. Esteval is ridiculous, bro. I'm so excited for him. Guys, if you're in the stream and you haven't already, make sure you do hit the like button on the GBFC mid of the day watch along, or middle of the day. I shouldn't say mid. We don't do mid here. Streams have been great recently. Make sure you hit that like button. We're closing in on 1,000. Reece in midfield or right back for 25-26. Again, I think we're going to see a variety. I think Reece James will be an option in that midfield. But I also hope that Romeo Lavia can stay fit, because I think when Lavia is fit, then Chelsea are a better side. You are asking football supporters to be mature. Yeah, some things are not quite as easy as they sound. You used the code and got yourself the new kit. Nice one. Had to buy one being world champions. I think, yeah. I mean, obviously, you guys know I'm very good friends with Rory, but he's been on TalkSport, and I must admit, I am dying when I watch this because I'm like, he can't be serious, can he? But I think he is. Regarding wearing a kit and being over the age of 15. I just think it's nice, you know. Like, I sometimes want to wear my Chelsea kit. Like, when we won the flipping Club World Cup, I'm like, no, I want to be seen as a Chelsea fan right now, you know. But if you haven't seen it, Rory is so funny, man. Do I think it's possible that Xavi could be another Felix situation? No, because I think the warnings were there for Joao Felix, right? Joao Felix has been... His overall transfer fees now are, I think, close to, $250 million, right? So, $250 million for Joao Felix. Like, surely Chelsea should have seen that the move to Atletico Madrid didn't really work out. The move to Barcelona didn't really work out. Going back to Atletico didn't really work out. The first move to Chelsea didn't really work out. So we kind of were the architects of that going wrong for ourselves, because if you're a club that are serious, you don't sign Joao Felix to try and win something right now, in my opinion. So I think what we've done this summer is very different. And signing Joao Pedro clearly is an upgrade to the squad. Signing Liam Delap, I think that classifies as a great market opportunity at 30 million. He's a great striker, powerful striker, strong striker, box present striker. So I think that is another great Chelsea signing. I think all in all, the business that we've done this year is a lot more serious. Esteval is like a world-class potential star. Like, that is like the household name player that, well, will become a household name. I'm sure of it, and I think he'll become that at Chelsea. Just going to do a little roundup of the news, see if there is any updates. Fabrizio is taking his lunch a bit later today. Nothing in the last hour from Fabrizio. Just doing a little run through now, see if we missed anything. There's been nothing, really. There's always this period of the day, isn't there, where there is like a little lull in the reporting and the news. Does anyone agree with you that Wirtz will be a flop? I don't think he will. I personally think Wirtz is going to be a very good signing for Liverpool. The period is when I stream. I know, man. It's annoying. It's really annoying. Chelsea Football Club reminding us that digital tickets are available. It's a bit of a nightmare, that new ticketing system. Although I do, if any of you guys know anyone who is selling 2 tickets to Chelsea Crystal Palace, I'm not paying above face value because I'm absolutely not buying into any of this resale shite. But I will pay face value for a ticket. I'm looking for 2 because I want to take my dad, who's not been to Chelsea in years, and he is pretty much fully recovered now, so it'd be lovely to take him there. Hello. She's back. She is back. You know what that means? Breakfast time. Georgie is back, ladies and gentlemen. I think we are underrating Delap because Pedro performed so brilliantly at the Club World Cup. This is literally what I said this morning in the morning video, because we were so blessed with such a ridiculous start to life at Chelsea for Joao Pedro that we kind of forgot that even Liam Delap scored in the tournament. we're going to get a George Benson Talksport appearance. Well, we already got one. I was on an interview at the pub with Troy Deeney and Alex Goldberg and Kweku before the final. And the content did get very good feedback, to be fair. No, as per usual, as soon as I start streaming, all the journalists go on a lunch break. That is very rude of them, I agree. Front of shirt sponsor deals went cold as well. I mean, I think because people don't hear the news, if you don't hear anything, it doesn't mean it's gone cold. It doesn't mean Chelsea aren't talking. Did I watch the Women's Euros final yesterday? We did. We both did. And I want to say that actually now, because I haven't said it yet on the stream, congratulations to England Women's for back-to-back European trophies. And I'm not going to say anything about the men, because that in itself is part of the problem right now. It's all like, oh, well, surely the England men should be taking a leaf out the women's book. I'm like, why does everything always have to be compared? Like I said earlier about Ronaldo and Messi, like it's always comparison. Like the England women's team have done an incredible job. Caleb Bridge, thank you very much. Up the Chelsea, third kit looks fire. Thank you also. That's an Arabic name that I cannot pronounce, but thank you for the Qatari Rials. George, you missed to propose to your girlfriend in the stadium when we dismantled PSG. What a moment that would be. That would be a moment for me. See, I'm not going to say anything more. That should be enough information. Talk Sport saying that personal terms agreed with Simons just now. Is that true? I mean, I think personal terms have been agreed with Simons for a while, but like not officially. I think he wants Chelsea. Did we drop the third kit? Not yet, but I'm getting that one as well. Guys, we're 15 likes away from 1,000 likes. Make sure you slap a like or smack a like, whatever it is that I normally say, on the stream right now. It's been another cracking stream this morning. TalkSport said personal terms agreed with Xavi. I mean, let's see. Hey, we've just hit over 1,000. Guys, I'm just going to quickly go for a pee. I will be right back. You can come and take over if you like. Oh, my leg's dead. Oh. Yeah, I had it like cross. Why is someone saying to me, don't do drug, George? Mate, I went to the bathroom to have a piss, mate. Okay, guys, you can't get me with this anymore. No, is he really? Thank you again for the Qatari Rials. Your WLC, what do you think about Donnarumma situation? My name is Abdul Rahman. It's written in Arabic. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Thank you, Matt. Also, hit me up if you want 2 tickets to Chelsea Palace. Are you serious? Have you actually got them? Here we go, Xavi. Are you serious? Wait. I don't think you're telling the truth. You're not. You're lying. Why are you guys saying all of this stuff? You're trying to do me over again. Bro, if you've actually got 2 tickets, I would love to buy them off you. because I really, really want to go. I want to take my dad. Ben Jacobs. All right, let me check Ben Jacobs. Come on then. Let's see it then. You guys all trolling me. Oh, there is an update. There is an update from 1 minute ago. Chelsea to place opening offer for Xavi Simons after positive club-to-club talks. So if Chelsea are ready, this is actually from TalkSport, so you guys weren't trolling me. So Chelsea are now ready to put the offer in, and if the owners have been the ones negotiating this, then it should be Chelsea Simons getting done pretty quickly. Yep, Fabrizio's also pinned the tweet from 5 days ago for Hato. We actually could see them join together. That would be fantastic. But I think the problem has been that Chelsea didn't want to make a bid until they had the agreement already, because Chelsea don't want to waste their time, because they know that Bayern Munich and Arsenal are also looking at him, and Chelsea are currently doing all the legwork. So if Chelsea are there doing the negotiations, doing the understanding of how Leipzig want the deal structured, and then Chelsea just go and put in a bid, Leipzig are like, no, sorry. Then Bayern Munich go and put in a bid a little bit more than Chelsea, and they're like, yeah, go for it. George is 6'4" now. I'm 6'3", mate. And even that is like, I'm on the top end of 6'2.5". So like 6'2.5", but round it up to 6'3". No one's going to round it down. If you round your height down, if you're a half, then there's something wrong with you. I am 6'3". And I'm taller than João Pedro. I don't know why people were giving me shit for that. People are like, you're not taller than him. I'm like, mate, there's a picture here where we're both stood up next to one another. I clearly am taller than him. Okay. Fabrizio is back from his lunch break because he's talking about Thiago Palacios signing for CSKA Moscow. Does Georgie support Chelsea? She does. Yeah, she's a huge fan now. Fab is back, tweeted twice in 5 minutes. Well, the good news is I've got my breakfast on the way. So maybe we're about to get some steam en route to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. We are now at, 3:39 in the afternoon. 189 centimeters I am. We are the same height and both 30 years old. Well, who'd have bloody thought it, mate? Hato fees agreed. Where are you reading this one? Robbie Abel, thank you for the $5. Lol, George, you are cursed on camera. You leave for a piss and we get an update. Go to the loo more. Well, if people fuel me with more coffee, then there's always a chance. Let's say that. I'm 6'8", George. Bloody hell, mate. That's difficult though, isn't it? Because 6'8", even me on an airplane, I cannot sit in the middle seat. Yeah. Imagine this story. For those of you that remember the old days when we used to do the watch-alongs back in 2019 on the boat in Amsterdam, how cool would it be if we just had Enzo Maresca smoking a cigar with Jorrel Hato and Xavi Simons on a nice little barge in Amsterdam as an announcement video? I personally love that. Yeah, to be fair, my record of going to the bathroom is atrocious, because even in the flipping season, Chelsea score goals when I go to the toilet. I cannot wait for the friendly streams, you know. The game's against AC Milan, and who is it again? Bayer Leverkusen, I keep forgetting. What's the latest? Well, the latest is Fabrizio Romano has come back from his lunch. And he started tweeting about CSKA Moscow approaching players. He's still got Hato's pinned CSK Moscow closing in on deal to sign Thiago Palacios from Estudiantes for $7 million plus Adolfo Gaich, valued at $2.5 million. Let's see. Looks like Chelsea are closing in. Bob Marshall, thank you for the donation. Do you know what? I'll do a Peter Griffin impression next stream because I need to practice it first. Every time I end the stream, something good comes out as well. I know. Trust me. Leverkusen are looking terrible. Yeah, well, I mean, they've lost their manager. They're losing Granit Xhaka. They've lost Florian Wirtz. They've lost Frimpong. Okay. Am I in for a treat? Oh, guys, the food's coming. Did I have food? Not yet. It's on the way now. Here we go. Oh, my word. Look at this. We have got today. Let me remove the old kit promo for a second so that we can check this out. We have got scrambled eggs with shug on top, and I don't know if any of you know what shug is, with a little bit of cream cheese and a bagel. Mate, look at these eggs. Look how perfectly egged this is. Like, she is a good egg. Absolutely. Wow. Unreal. Yeah, honestly, mate, I wish you could all eat this food, but guess what? You can't. It's just for me. But it's okay. I will share it with you on the stream. And I will be reacting to the food right now. So if you don't like me expressing my love for my food, it's time to go. Please stay. Oh my word. I feel like people think I say it on purpose. Okay, they're saying you deserve a cuddle. All right, fine. Oh, mate. Honestly, if I was in a restaurant, I'd pay $20 for this. How many eggs is it? In a restaurant, it would cost you a lot of money to get 5 eggs. So 5 eggs on a bagel with some cream cheese. Unreal, man. As a 6'3", you should eat more than that, mate. There's always someone who thinks they know more about someone's diet. But thank you for caring. I'm going to say that. To be fair, you should see how much I have for dinner. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know how much food I eat. Like, we eat a lot. Yeah. George, eating delicious food. Here we go. Thank you very much for the Qatari Rials. I will be sure to buy my chef something. More eggs. Fabrice Hawkins tweeted. Let me check. Fabrice Hawkins is a good journalist. Okay. He's tweeted about Donnarumma. Okay, so this is the latest here on Donnarumma. $20 donation from Matt. I've sent you a message on Instagram about the Palace tickets, bro. Thank you very much. I will check my messages on Insta once I've done this stream, or I might check it in a second. But let me just quickly give this update now. Thank you, Matt, bro. You're a legend, mate. Thank you so much. Gianluigi Donnarumma has not yet left. Even though his agents are exploring the market to find him a new destination, the Italian goalkeeper has options. Manchester United, Manchester City, Galatasaray, and Saudi clubs are interested. However, he remains attached to PSG and will only leave if a project fully suits him. Well, that rules out Manchester United because that isn't a project for football. Internally, the possibility of seeing Chevalier and Donnarumma compete, with Luis Enrique making the final decision, is not ruled out. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Donnarumma's gone. But also interesting how Chelsea are not mentioned there. I'm telling you, I think Mainion's still going to come to Chelsea. Matt is a legend, bro. He's actually an icon in the GBFC streams. I would serve that at my restaurant. Looks amazing. Says Gary. Gary Day, actually. No way. Yeah. That's our restaurant. Chelsea not even mentioned, and rightfully so. I mean, look. Donnarumma's a world-class goalkeeper. There's no denying it. And there was that famous moment where you saw Enzo Maresca on the field with him after the game. Penny for what was said there. Has Maignan been playing the friendlies? No, this is the thing. Thank you, Vertsy, for the £5. Just waiting for your message to pop up. I just want to say thanks for the content and how you always shout me out in the chat. And everyone appreciates you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Big up. Try not to have too big mouthfuls here. Mental, mate. Guys, make sure you subscribe to GBFC if you haven't already done so. See where we're at now. We are 100 subscribers away from 351,000. I love you too. And keep streaming for a bit more. Okay. Do a Jackson poll. What do you want me to do the Jackson poll for? Price? I feel like we're going to get an update in a minute. I've got a sneak suspicion. Last chance for Sanchez. No, really, honestly, if there's anything that goes wrong before the window closes with Sanchez, must do something. But then isn't it kind of like we're just waiting? I don't know. that was amazing, G. Thank you. Yeah, that was delicious. That was like probably my favorite breakfast I've had ever. Yeah. Philadelphia cheese on a bagel with some scrambled eggs on it that are cooked to perfection. You can't go wrong with that. Should we have kept Petrovic? I do think Petrovic is very unfortunate. You can argue Chelsea unfortunate too. You feel like we're signing Maignan next season for free? Maybe. I mean, Chelsea will have tried that, I guess. But I think Mike Maignan will end up signing a new AC Milan deal if he doesn't go this summer. Anyway, 40 minutes ago, we started that poll on Robert Sanchez. And the answer is, with how many votes? Nearly 2,000 votes. The answer is no. Sanchez should not be Chelsea's number one. Wow. Going to end that poll now. I'm going to do a basic one here as well, saying, should Chelsea sell Jackson? Let's put that there. Check for Brees Hawkins. We've already checked it. Let's see if there is anything else. From my basic understanding of the French language, I think Lucas Chevalier is getting close to joining PSG on a 5-year deal. I'll show you guys now. So it does look as though they are getting their new goalkeeper. Good money. Matt Law. I love how you guys are literally like just going around and giving me updates on who's updating who. Let me see if Matt Law has tweeted anything. Wow, interesting. So, Matt Law, why Chelsea's Hato signing is good news for Cucurella. How Simons' move may not close door on Garnacho. Jackson latest, including possible interest from Italy. Let me try and sign in. I think I've got an account with the Telegraph. At least I do get charged for it every bloody month. I know that much. Let me just see if I can log in now and we can read this. Here we go. All right, this could be an interesting read, so let's lock in for this one for a second. Pice tweet. Okay, we'll go into that. Okay, 1 second. See you guys going with the old spam. Let me quickly check. Okay, so basically Pice has tweeted about the article that we're about to go through now. So let me bring this back up. And let's have a little look. So, let me see if you guys can see this. Okay, so this is the latest article here in the Telegraph. Chelsea believe prospective new signing Jorrel Hato can ease some of the burden on Marc Cucurella as the club aim to close a deal for the Ajax defender around £35 million. Hato, 19, can play in a range of defensive positions, including centre-back, but Telegraph Sport understands Chelsea predominantly view him as providing depth and competition at left-back. Cucurella played more minutes than any Chelsea outfield player last season, including the Club World Cup, making 54 appearances in total, 4 more than midfielder Moises Caicedo. The Spaniard was one of Chelsea's best and most consistent performers, and head coach Enzo Maresca does not want to run the risk of burnout or Cucurella suffering a serious injury from having to play too much. The club recognises that Cucurella needs assistance given how much he has played, and also the fact Chelsea will combine Premier League and Champions League campaigns this season. While Caicedo, Palmer and Enzo Fernandez, who were second, third and fourth in terms of minutes played last season, are all key players, Chelsea do have depth in their respective positions to rotate and rest them if they wish. So that is the minutes played in games played last season. Marc Cucurella is leagues higher. So let me go back to that article again in a second. I'll just quickly check here again. So there's also this here. If we just open this up and zoom in a bit more. So no Donnarumma, according to Matt Law. So there's a couple of updates here. 3 tweets to go through. Chelsea are not currently among the clubs interested in signing Donnarumma. That's through Matt Law. Telegraph Sport understands Chelsea view Hato as predominantly providing depth and competition at left back. So that is what we're going through right now. Let me bring the article back up again. Make this a bit smaller. Okay. So no Donnarumma then by the looks of things. The signing of Hato is being made very much with that in mind in terms of Cucurella with left back, who one of the very few areas in which Chelsea saw themselves being light on numbers and quality. The fact that Hato can also play on the left side of central defence may also be good news for Levi Colwill, who was 5th on the list of outfield players. So you can see there, Levi also very high on the numbers last season. Neto played 51 times too. That's mad. Tosin played 41 games. Wow. Reece James filled in as a makeshift left back on occasion last season, but Chelsea want a more natural fit for the position to compete with Cucurella and allow him to be rested. Other than Hato, Chelsea are working towards signing attacker Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig, with Joao Felix heading to Saudi. But that will not stop Chelsea considering more attackers if, as expected, they sell Nkunku, who has interest from a number of clubs in the Premier League. Chelsea retain an interest in Manchester United winger Alejandro Garnacho, and the arrivals of Simons will not necessarily close the door on a potential deal for the Argentine. Simons can play centrally as a 10 or off the left, which possibly leaves space for Garnacho to compete for a left-wing place with Jamie Gittins should Nkunku follow Joao Felix out of Stamford Bridge. There also remains a possibility Nicolas Jackson could leave Chelsea this summer. Newcastle trying to sign Seško, but could look towards Jackson if that move falls through. Jackson is also of interest to Juventus, who are expected to enter the market for a striker if they can move Vlahovic. Despite reports in France, Chelsea are not currently among the clubs interested in signing Donnarumma. Thank you, Ryan, for the donation, mate. Appreciate that. Top man, mate. Thank you. So, yeah, that is the latest from Matt Law. It's a big, long article we've just gone through there from the Telegraph. Garnacho won't happen. I mean, it looks like it could. It does look like it could. Why not use that money and go and buy a centre-back? I don't think we need a centre-back, man. And if it's going to be the case that we start moving it like that, I think it should either be that we actually don't spend the money unnecessarily. I think we've got the centre-backs. Jackson buy. Maybe. Just check that. Oh, I'm not sure. Yes, please. Oh, I'll tell you in a minute how funny that is. Who do I think will win the Ballon d'Or? I don't know. I was going to say Dembele was going to win it, and then PSG got battered by Chelsea, so maybe they won't. Thank you, my love. You're right up there? Yes. Sweet. The Garnacho stuff will not go away, will it? It doesn't look like it's going anywhere at the minute, mate. It keeps on rearing its head. Cole Palmer. No, I don't think Palmer's going to win the Ballon d'Or now. I think he might win one day. But, I mean, that was an incredible performance in the final, wasn't it? Nottingham Forest are closing in on a signing of Dan and Doy. These live streams are class. Thank you, Oliver. Appreciate that, mate. I love doing these streams in the mornings when I wake up. Mate, stop spamming, bro. I've literally spent the whole stream talking about Donnarumma. Oh, a couple of super chats flying in there. Garnacho to Chelsea going to be the new Seshko to Arsenal. Buckle in for the next 3 years minimum. I mean, if he doesn't leave this summer, the links will be there for sure. Thank you, AFK Prince, again. Ryan got paid today. Why not? My question I didn't type before was, do you think we will go into the Prem with the same formation we won in the Club World Cup? I think we will see. Thank you, guys, both of you, for those donations there. Appreciate it. I think Chelsea will go with a lot of the variants that we saw in the Club World Cup. Like, I think the Fluminense game was very interesting for the way that we set up and lined up there. I think the final against PSG, I think we'll do something similar against the big teams. I could see that working against an Arsenal, Liverpool, even a Manchester City, to be honest. So I think there is definitely scope for various options here right now with the way that Chelsea line up and set up. So thank you very much, mate. I think we will see a lot of Club World Cup antics from Chelsea. Okay, Pice has tweeted again. Chelsea will not entertain offers for Marco Correa. Yeah, we already know that one. We talked about that already. We're just too far ahead here on GBFC, mate. All right, the poll for Nicolas Jackson. Let me check on the results here. Should Chelsea sell Nicolas Jackson? Yeah, get rid of this guy, mate. Little melt. Listening to your stream whilst in the office. Top man, appreciate that. %65% of you are saying that Chelsea should sell Nicolas Jackson. Mad. I'm still in the no category for this one. Won't lie. Matt Law's also now tweeting his own article link out. Sell for the right price. 2 red cards. I mean, I think if you take away the 2 red cards, I think it does change things, right? People saying it's still best third choice striker in the world. No, that's facts, right? To be third choice striker at Chelsea. Jackson still... I honestly think he should stay. But if it is over 75 million, then I might change my mind. I want to see how Jackson handles the competition this season. I think it could be the making of him. I really do. 60 million deal done. Well, we're still not hearing that yet. If keeping Jackson means no Garnacho, then we absolutely keep him. I mean, that's another reason. I wouldn't say that should be the reason, but that would be, I think, another reason to want to keep Nicolas Jackson. What team do I think will surprise the world next season other than Chelsea? This is not what I want to be saying at all. But I think Tottenham under Thomas Frank are going to be much better than people anticipate. Much better. And I hate the fact I'm saying that. But I think next season could be very similar to what we saw last year. But I think Spurs will be a lot better. Thank you, Superstar, for the $10. George, how amazing was it to see Chelsea become World Cup champions in person after suffering through that pre-season last year? To be honest, like I still think it's not quite hit me. Until I leave America, I don't think it will hit me how amazing that tournament was. Because there wasn't really any point of it that I thought we were going to win the whole thing, which is why it's so amazing that we did. Because we just turned up in that final, and I had tears in my eyes in the first half because I couldn't believe how well we were playing and the fact that we were actually going to win a trophy. And remember, I used to follow Chelsea home away and in Europe, and then I moved to Southeast Asia and couldn't go and watch matches anymore, which I know obviously, oh, well, at least you got to move to Southeast Asia. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, whatever. But like, I still miss going to Chelsea. And then the pre-season tour last year, like, imagine going all the way to America, spending a lot of money to watch Chelsea get battered by Celtic. Celtic, bro. Like, that's mad. So then this year, to flipping beat everybody bar Flamengo is amazing. So, yeah, W's in the chat for that super chat from Superstar0927. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you. Yeah, my concern is definitely that if something were to happen to Delap or Pedro, or both, God forbid, touch wood, should we go for Seshko? I don't think so. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Seshko is a very exciting player that could absolutely explode on the global footballing stage. But I don't think Chelsea should go for him. Guys, make sure you hit the like button on the stream. We have already cruised over 1,000 likes, but it'd be great to get some more. Thank you, Afka, again. Are you surprised you didn't go after a Stupinan? Nah, not really. Good player, but nothing special for me. Sell Jackson and let Mark develop under Chelsea. I think Guiu's a great young player, and I think he will become a very, very good striker. Are we going to get any updates here today on Hato or Simons? Anything legit, like deal is on the, like, we keep hearing it's close, we keep hearing it's imminent, we keep hearing all this stuff. But is it actually? Thank you, Chase McGraw. Do I remember staying in Monterey? Yes, Seaside, California during last year's preseason. That's where I grew up. It was crazy to see you there. Yeah, that was sick. I wish that there was more. I wish there was games in the World Cup this summer in California because I love Cali. Georgie loves Cali as well. 3 matches in Philadelphia. Philly is so expensive. Like, I liked Philadelphia, but it's certainly not my favorite place I've been here. And it is very, very expensive. Like, some of the hotels I stayed in I think I stayed in 2 hotels in Philadelphia. Absolutely awful. And so much money. Ben Jacobs, let me see. Interesting. Joao Felix has completed his move to Al Nassr on a 2-year contract. Felix has already participated in his first training session. Only the club announcement remains. So Felix is gone. Chelsea making that sale. How much would Donnarumma cost and how possible is it? Well, Chelsea, according to Matt Law, Chelsea have been ruled out of the move for Donnarumma. Have I been to Florida? Yeah, I was staying in Florida for the whole tournament, basically. We had 10 days in California. Then we went to Atlanta, I think. Or maybe... Yeah, I think we then went to Atlanta because that's where Chelsea's first game was. Then we drove to Florida, and I flew for all of the matches to Philadelphia from Florida. Yeah, bro, honestly, Philly was the most ridiculous. Like, fortunately, when we were in New York, there was tailgates, and I was very lucky to be given lots of beers for free, which was fantastic. But the Xfinity Live place down the road from the Philadelphia Stadium was ridiculous. Kona Big Wave, $23. Like, taking the piss, mate. And then the audacity to pour me a $23 beer out of a can and then give me an 18, 20 or 22% tipping option for a $23 local beer. Well, local as in it's an American beer. Like, absolute piss take. It's not even table service. That's me at the bar. But other than that, Philadelphia was great. Mate, you don't need to keep spamming the same news headlines. We're doing it. Don't you worry. Thank you, AFKA Prince. Got to shoot now. Thanks for another great stream. Have some egg money. Thank you, bro. I will make sure that I buy some more eggs. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Yeah, I timed out that guy. Don't worry. W's in the chat for all the super chats today. Definitely one of the GOATs. Africa Prince 1999. I would rather keep Nkunku than buy Garnacho. Don't know actually if I don't think we can just forget the fact that Nkunku's just not worked here at Chelsea. Good news now coming from other sources. Chelsea Dodgers tweet. Let's have a look. Okay, interesting. There remains a possibility Jackson could leave Chelsea this summer. Oh, this is literally what we read in the article. It's just worded differently. You experienced oh, bro. Honestly, the flight problems here. That is the only downside I will say of this trip is the flights were a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. Remember, we're getting Emmanuel Amiga next summer from Strasbourg. Yeah, that's also true. Juventus interested in Nicolas Jackson. The problem is the Italian clubs don't have any money. Serie A will never have the funds. Yeah, they're not gonna. Chelsea are not gonna sell for cheap just because Italian clubs want him. No chance. Mate, I've just opened your message, bro. I don't know if I can accept that. That's too much. Let me just quickly download something here so that I can change that. Jackson Garnacho swap deal. No, I hope not. Two seconds, guys. Xavi tweeted, did he? Let's have a little ganders. There we go. Would I get into the zone boxing? Nah, not really, mate. Like I like watching boxing. But nah. No interest in boxing whatsoever, really. For me, fighting anyway. Jackson and cash for Isak would be a dream. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Thank you, Superstar. Am I attending the preseason matches in August? No, I'm going to be streaming the preseason games, though, here on GBFC. So make sure, if you are not yet subscribed to GBFC, that you do so. Didn't my friend have a boxing channel? Yes, a guy called Henry. He's very good, actually. As much as I take the piss out of him, because we've got that kind of friendship, his channel is excellent. Without doubt, in my opinion, the best boxing channel on the internet right now. Next week is match day. Bro, it actually is basically match day. And Joey's also got a very good boxing channel too. That is true. Chelsea still in for Garnacho? I hope not, man. Well, it doesn't look like we're getting... Here we go right now. Chelsea is still waiting. We're still waiting. We've been live for 2 hours, folks. And we are still waiting. Read Ben Jacobs' tweet. Let me go and have a look, see what's going on there. We've already seen that. Chelsea are tweeting about Bayer Leverkusen. What are we saying, guys? Do we think we're going to... People saying, don't end the stream, don't end the stream. This is my longest, not the longest stream that we've ever done. The match day watch-along streams are always longer than this. Those are normally like 3.5 hours because I go live 90 minutes before kickoff. So those are normally about 3 hours plus. But this is the longest transfer one we've done. It's not even the here we go that I want. I just want the flipping... I just want to know that the deal's getting done. Do you know what I mean? End the stream and we'll get an update. I mean, I'll be live again tomorrow, guys. Make sure you do hit that like button for me right now. I need to respond to Matt as well, who's constantly donating to me in the chat. What the hell? Read Ben Jacobs. I've already read Ben Jacobs. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream here because we've been live now. Yeah, we've been live for 2 hours here. And we're still waiting, but guess what? We're gonna be live every day this week. We're gonna keep the live streams going. The only time I won't be able to do a live is when there's going to be like 2 days next weekend where I can't go live. So fingers crossed we get the deals done. Benson from Kenya, shout out to you, bro. But there will be another video out, hopefully, later on this evening, UK time. And then potentially, I'll do a late night stream today, potentially. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap things up now. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to GBFC if you haven't already done so, because we have got plenty more content where this all came from. Don't you worry. It's not the end of the day, because there's going to be another video out this evening. So shout out to all the super chats. Shout out to everybody who's hit the like button, subscribed to the channel, and just been watching and interacting. It's been great fun again. So there will be another piece of content coming your way shortly. Thank you, guys. I'll speak to you in a bit. Ciao.